The moment is here. This is our moment.
This is James Pascalides with America Unfiltered, Episode 5. I'm going to do a deep dive into a few different topics today. I'm going to talk about Trump's hush money trial. I'm going to talk about Biden finally admitting he was too old to serve another 4 years. I'm going to talk about the Meta CEO, Mark Zuckerberg, talking about what the Biden administration forced him and his employees to do during the pandemic. And then I'll end the day talking about what I love about America. To dive right into things today, I want to talk about the corruption that Alvin Bragg tried to bring down on Donald Trump. He tried to charge Donald Trump with 34 felony counts for a hush money trial. I really think that now that the sentence has been given and Trump won't have to pay any fines, any jail time, any probation, or any sentencing for this, I think it's a huge win for conservatives and Donald Trump. This was a corrupt case brought down by Alvin Bragg, who was allegedly persuaded to do this by the Biden Department of Justice. I think politicizing the Department of Justice to bring down your political opponents, or weaponizing the Department of Justice to bring down your political opponents, is disgusting. I think it's one of the least patriotic things the president has ever done. I think not only should the Biden administration, the Department of Justice, and Alvin Bragg be ashamed, but Alvin Bragg should resign in disgrace for this. I really think this is a huge win for conservatives. I'm really excited for the future that Trump will have no problems assuming his role as president on January 20th. I want to now talk a little bit about Biden finally admitting he was too old to serve another 4 years. Biden, in an interview with USA Today, said that he doesn't know if he could have done another 4 years. I think this is something a lot of Americans already knew. If we didn't realize it during the last 4 years, a lot of us realized it on debate night versus Donald Trump. That was a huge, utter failure for the Democratic Party with Biden. I think in that debate as well, Trump could have just let Biden keep talking and keep making it worse for himself, but Trump kept talking too, which obviously was great. When Trump speaks, it's amazing for the American people. He says great things, but I think if he just kept letting Biden talk more and more in that, we would have saw a lot more mess ups from Joe Biden, and I think it's really sad. I personally don't blame him. I personally blame his family a little bit and our government and the people surrounding him and his political party. I think at a point when people started to realize his cognitive decline who were close to him, they should have either pulled him out of it, realizing that it wasn't healthy for him or his situation and his own life, or they should have incentivized him not to. But continuously pushing President Biden to move forward when it's clear that he physically and mentally was not able to was lying to the American people. It made us have less trust in our government that a lot of Americans already don't have a ton of trust in post-pandemic. I don't think it was good for this country, and I think now that Biden's finally came out and admitted that he would have been too old for another 4 years, I think is a really positive step in the right direction. We're going to talk about Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg and what the Biden administration told his employees and told him to do during the pandemic. They told him, and I'm going to read you guys the quote as well. They told him that they needed to take down any posts relating to the vaccine that were going against the vaccine. So any posts that would say that the vaccine either had side effects, that it could be negative for your health, needed to be removed or marked as misinformation on the Facebook platform. And the quote from Mark Zuckerberg is, while they were trying to push that program, they also tried to censor anyone who was basically arguing against it. And they pushed us super hard to take things down that were honestly true. They basically pushed us and said, that anything that says that vaccines might have side effects, you need to take down. I think this is unconstitutional. I think this is un-American. I think the fact that Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg went along with it as well for so long is disgraceful. I love that Mark Zuckerberg has taken a new stance to this, that he's now said that freedom of speech is one of the most important American values. I agree on that, as well as many Americans. Freedom of speech is one of the things that defines America, the fact that you can say what you want when you want. So I think that on a social media platform, especially one as big as Meta or Facebook at the time, I think to censor information, especially regarding a vaccine during a national pandemic, a vaccine that was rolled out quicker than any other vaccine in history with less testing than most vaccines in history as well. I think it's corrupt. I think it's disgusting. And again, I think there should be a lot of people who should resign in disgrace from this. I think the Facebook should do a lot of internal investigations as well to see what employees we're communicating with the government as well. I think that there's probably a lot more that Mark Zuckerberg doesn't even realize was happening within his own company. I want to end the day talking about what I love about this country and a fun fact about America. We're going to talk about how the U.S. Constitution is the oldest active written constitution in the world. The Constitution protects free speech, the right to bear arms, due process, and they're not just words on paper. These are rights that millions of Americans have fought and died for. America is the greatest land of opportunity. I've said this in previous episodes. I think that the more we continue to push our personal freedoms, the more we continue to talk about our beliefs with the people around us, the more we exercise our freedoms, exercise our rights as Americans, and continue to open up dialogues with people around us, continue to share our beliefs, continue to talk to our neighbors, our friends, our family. I think the more we'll grow as Americans and grow closer as well. I want to feel an overwhelming sense of patriotism in this country again. I miss that. I love this country. I love all of you. I'm James Pascalides. This is America Unfiltered, Episode 5. I'm signing off today. I hope you all have a great day.